يا راغبا في كل علم نافع.
ينمو العلم ويتقدم بتقنياته ومجالاته، ومعه نطور أدواتنا في تقديم العلم الشرعي. أكاديمية
زاد أكاديمية ينبوعها صاف ليروي غلة الظمآن، وتعلم الفقه الميسر عاملا بالشرع دون تعصب لفلان. بشرى لنا زاد أكاديمية للعلم كالأزهار في البستان.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وآله وصحبه ومن اهتدى بهداه. أما بعد. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. When we talk about purification, generally speaking, the best purifier on earth is water. Therefore, scholars always spent a lot of time explaining to their students and to the masses the importance of water. And they classified water into either 2 or 3 classifications. Some schools of thought say that water is divided into 3 types. Tahur, which is totally pure. You can wash impurities with it, and you can uplift major and minor ritual impurities with it. Then tahir, which is pure but cannot uplift major and minor ritual impurity, but it's pure by itself. And thirdly, najis, which is impure. And this classification, if you go back to the Quran and to the Sunnah, you will find that it is incorrect, as the Quran and the Sunnah only refer us to pure and najis. There is no third category in the Quran or in the Sunnah. So what is pure water? Pure water is the water that Allah has created and is not mixed up with an impurity that may change its color, taste, or smell. And they give an example of seawater, river water, water coming from springs, found in wells. All of these are considered to be pure water. And without any dispute, such water removes filth, washes off filth, and uplifts major and minor ritual impurity. The evidence is verses of the Quran, such as, "And we send down from the sky pure water." And when travelers by sea asked the Prophet ﷺ about a problem they face while traveling, while sailing, and that is they have scarce sweet water or pure water, and they can only use this to drink. And if they use it to perform ablution, they'll fall into thirst and they'll run out of water. So the Prophet said to them ﷺ, regarding seawater, its water is pure and its dead meat, that is the fish, is halal. So this indicates that any type of pure water is permissible for us to use to uplift major and minor ritual impurities and to remove and wash off impurities and najasat. Now, why did scholars say that there is a third category, which is the tahir. They said this because they made a mistake. You see, when water as it is found, this is pure. What if it's mixed, as in the case of seawater, and it's salty? We can't drink it. It remains water, and it's called water. So it is tahur and tahir at the same time. What if normal water is mixed with pure substances that does not change its characteristics to the extent that it takes it out from the category of water? Give me an example. In some countries, you have steel, or not even steel, ductile pipes, or cast iron pipes in their houses. So when they use water, sometimes it comes a bit yellowish due to corrosion and rust. So this is not the water we know, because the color is changed. Maybe the taste is a bit changed, but it's still water, because it didn't change drastically. So the name remains to be water. So we can use this as well. What confused them is when we have a glass or a bucket of water, and I drop 3 or 4 bags of tea, and then I take them off. So what is this substance in front of me? Everybody would say, this is tea. So can I use this to uplift minor or a major ritual impurity? They said, duh. No, because we can only do this with water, and this is not water. This is why they call this to be water that is tahir, which is not true. This is not water. The name has been changed into tea. It's a different substance altogether. Even if soft drinks are 95% water, they're not water anymore. It's called soft drinks. So there is no category as tahir. It's either tahur or najis. And this is why you have to understand your fiqh straight from the Quran and also from the Sunnah. Question. Some schools of thought say that if I perform wudu, or I perform a total bath from a bucket, and some of the water that I've used fall into the bucket, I cannot use the bucket anymore because the water in it has been used. Again, when we go back to the Quran and to the Sunnah, we find no reference to what they are saying at all, and it is baseless. What do you mean by baseless? I mean that the water I used, there's nothing in the Quran or in the Sunnah says I cannot use it anymore. So used water in wudu or in ghusl is totally pure unless one of the 3 characteristics has changed via or through an impurity. If the smell, if the color, if the taste has not changed by an impurity, urine or feces and the likes, in this case it is still pure. And I'll give you examples. Many of us, the elders that is, may find it difficult to raise their feet to the basin and wash them in wudu. So they have a bucket of water and they simply dip their foot in it and take it out. Then they dip the other foot in it and take it out. Is their wudu valid? According to the Quran and the Sunnah, it is valid. According to some schools of thought, they said, no, this is used water, it can't be used. But as we've stated earlier, and we always state, bring us your evidences to prove that this water cannot be used. And if you fail to do this, then we cannot follow what you are saying. And Allah Azza wa Jal knows best. وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على عبده ورسوله نبينا محمد.
يا راغبا في كل علم نافع
ينمو العلم ويتقدم بتقنياته ومجالاته، ومعه نطور أدواتنا في تقديم العلم الشرعي. أكاديمية زاد،
زاد أكاديمية ينبوعها صاف ليروي غلة الظمآن، وتعلم الفقه الميسر عاملا بالشرع دون تعصب لفلان. بشرى لنا زاد أكاديمية للعلم كالأزهار في البستان.